Hi, and happy Memorial Day weekend. I want to be sure that you did not miss the registration period for my new live training course, Storytelling That Sticks. This live training experience will give you unlimited access to me, access to an incredible community of nonprofit marketers and fundraisers, and will walk you step by step through the storytelling process, leaving you feeling calm, refreshed, and motivated. To see the full course syllabus and all the details, just go to storytellingthatsticks.com. You'll walk away with a plan, a system, and a calendar so you can hit the ground running this fall with digital storytelling. So, what are you waiting for? Head over to storytellingthatsticks.com before class starts. I only run this training once per year, so don't miss out. All right, now let's get on with today's episode. Storytelling has been receiving a lot of press lately as a content marketing tool and as an effective way to engage audiences on social media. Brands and businesses are getting their stories out there, stories about their origins, their values, and their customers. So, why are most nonprofits not as effective with storytelling? I think the reason is that many nonprofit staff and volunteers are uncomfortable talking about themselves. They feel icky asking for support, asking for help, patting themselves on the back, and sharing the great work that they're doing every single day. This needs to change. Here are 5 stories that your nonprofit should be telling everywhere you do fundraising and marketing, including social media. The first idea, values and ethics stories. In these stories, you depict the values and ethics that are at the core of your organization. Examples of core values can include integrity, excellence, empowerment, respect, and embracing diversity. Good examples of nonprofits who clearly lay out their core values on their website are the North Carolina Center for Nonprofits and Greenpeace. Value stories will help people identify with your organization. One main reason that people give to specific charities is based on shared values. How can you express your unique values to your supporters and potential supporters? A great example of value storytelling can be found on the Environmental Defense Fund website. EDF was created by a passionate group of conservationists in Long Island who wanted to save the osprey, bald eagle, and peregrine falcon. This small, dedicated band of people went to court and got DDT banned in Long Island in 1966 and subsequently played a large role in the nationwide ban. They play up this strong foundation and grassroots value, which continues to inform their work today. Save the Children values authenticity and integrity in its executives. They often share photos of their president and CEO in remote areas of the world on the ground. By starting a Pinterest board called Carolyn's Corner, they can document their president and CEO's travels, work, and inspiration and share it with their online community. The second type of story is social proof stories. Which influential community members have been moved by your work? Who are your biggest supporters? The Robin Hood Foundation has a great video front and center on their website. It starts out immediately featuring stories of those impacted by its work and philanthropy. It also intersperses clips of Jeffrey Canada of the Harlem Children's Zone and the chairman and CEO of Goldman Sachs describing why they support the foundation. So you may not have nationally known supporters, but I'm willing to bet you could get the mayor, a state senator, a local TV news celebrity, or sports figure to explain why they support your nonprofit. And if they don't know about you, make them know. Offering this kind of social proof makes donors and supporters sit up and take notice, especially if you are a small community-based nonprofit. Third type of story, founder stories. In telling your founder story, you need to ask the following questions. Why was your organization started in the first place? Who identified the need? What was that like for them? What were their struggles in the beginning? A perfect example of telling this story in a compelling way is Billy Starr of the Pan Mass Challenge. In an inspiring video made by 50 Eggs and Babson College, Billy's compelling story and how he created the now multi-million-dollar PMC as a tribute to his mother and his childhood. Number 4, continuous improvement stories. Show your supporters that your nonprofit is continually learning and improving. Did you start out in one direction and then found another greater need? How have you adapted to the needs of your constituency throughout the years? How have your services and programs changed due to the pandemic? An example of this kind of story is the Denver Foundation's video series, 10 Years, 10 Stories. These videos are stories told from the nonprofits who have been awarded grants. Not all the grants worked out the way they were meant to, but the great part of these stories is how the nonprofit leaders discuss what they learned and what they still have to work on. The 5th type of story I want to share with you today is, of course, the impact story. So these stories are by far the hardest to get, but they are the most important. Donors, volunteers, staff, stakeholders, they all want to know what impact your organization is having on the problem, the cause, and the world. Are you affecting change? Are you pushing the needle in some way? How can you showcase the great work you're doing through those that you have assisted? So Charity Water uses Instagram to tell their stories in 15-second chunks, not fancy stages, lighting, or narration involved. UNICEF Canada uses Pinterest to share their successes and the impact of their work. And too few nonprofits share their impact stories. So I want to change that. For more examples of nonprofit storytelling, especially using video, check out the winners of the Do-Gooder, D-O-G-O-O-D-E-R, the Do-Gooder Awards on YouTube. And then tell me on social media what stories your nonprofit tells. Now, I want to remind you again, Storytelling That Sticks, class starts soon. Go to storytellingthatsticks.com. This is your 5-week complete step-by-step formula to create policies that ensure ethical storytelling and promote integrity, collecting stories that show your work and your clients in the best light possible, crafting compelling stories that your supporters and stakeholders will love, capitalizing on your strengths and compensating for challenges, turning passive supporters into passionate advocates with stories, using digital tools like social media to share your stories. If you're interested in storytelling, if you want to learn more, if you want to work with me over the course of 5 weeks, go to storytellingthatsticks.com. Have a fabulous week, and I will see you next time. Okay, take care.